Morning everyone, we are going to talk about strength training today. I noticed on Facebook yesterday about a differential in calorie burn and not burning many calories. In order to burn calories, we do need to work quite hard. So don't be disheartened if gadgets and watches don't tell you you've burnt very much in one sitting. Look at the daily total that you have. And if you feel like you want to burn a few more calories, then just try and make your moves bigger, because the bigger your moves, the more calories you'll burn. You'll burn more calories standing than you will sitting. You'll burn more calories sitting than you will lying, and obviously you will burn more calories moving than you will being still. But let's talk strength training. We've talked about it before for those of you that have been on the program a while, but just very quickly we need to go through a few pointers again so that you can remember why it's important for an overall picture of weight loss that you continue and don't skip your strength training session. Now, first of all, let's bust the myth about being worried about bulking up. You will not bulk up with the type of strength training we are doing. It has to be very specific for you to do that, and the only time that you will bulk up in any exercise program is if you eat more than your body needs and you start to build a bank of excess fat and excess carbohydrate, glycogen, and store it all up. Okay, so just watch your intake, and then you don't have to worry about that bulking kind of situation. It's not going to be the muscle growth that's going to do it. It's going to be the additional calories we put into our body that is doing that bulking, if you get it. Okay, so first up, I want you to check the weights that you're using. Now, there'll be a different weight for each exercise that you do, so you may need to have a little bit of variety here. Sometimes we use our own body weight, which is going to be a lot heavier than certain dumbbells, but other times you may need to look at increasing the weight of your dumbbells, because you need to lift heavy. The last 1 or 2 reps in any section of an exercise needs to be a challenge, and if it's not, then your weights aren't heavy enough for you. And if you don't challenge the muscle, you're not going to get stronger, and you're not going to improve that muscle tissue to work metabolically for you. And of course, the more muscle we have, the more fat we're going to burn at rest, the more fat we're going to burn while we're working out, because it's harder, so more energy is required, and then the more fat you're going to burn overall, and you're going to hit any weight loss goals if that is your target. So muscle tissue, metabolism, fat reduction goes hand in hand. Stimulate the muscle tissue by loading through your body. Heavier weights, exercises that use your body weight and challenge you. The second thing going hand in hand with the weight is intensity. So the increased the weight, the higher the intensity. You need to make sure of that. You don't need to work out for hours on end with strength training. The 10 to 20 minutes that we do is absolutely perfect. You don't need to spend hours lifting weights. Some people do, but you don't need to. As long as the intensity is there. The harder you push yourself, provided you've got good technique and good form, then the higher the intensity will go anyway. Okay, don't be afraid to fail. And by that I mean, if I say, beginners do 8 press-ups, intermediates do 10, advanced do 12. If you're a beginner and you get to 8 and you don't think the last 2 reps were very difficult, then go to 12 or 10. But if you get to 10 or you aim for 12 and you only get to 11 and you fail, you're like, I can't push that last one out. That's not a bad thing. I want you to want to have a rest. I want you to want to get to that point where it's a little bit more of a struggle to push a weight than just being able to continue on forever. Most of the time we do hybrid exercises, so we combine 2 exercises in one, so like a squat with a shoulder press or a reverse lunge with a frontal raise, that kind of thing. When you combine strength moves like that, you burn more calories, you challenge your muscle more, you get that intensity slightly higher, and it makes the workout all the more weight loss, fat burning focus. And lastly, we use circuit training as a technique most of the time. Every now and then I'll change it up, but circuit training is a great way. We can set it into upper body and lower body, or we can do full body workouts, which is exactly what we do over the course of 7 days to make sure that we get a really good workout week in. So by circuit training, what we do is we have very little rest between each exercise, and then at the end of each little video or at the end of each little circuit, we give ourselves 60 seconds rest before moving on to the next one. And by doing that, although sometimes you might feel it's fast and furious, the purpose behind that is to keep the intensity up, to keep the cardio working as well as the strength training, just to make sure that you really push your body into that aerobic fat burning zone. We're not working fast if we don't have the good quality of form. So always remember that form comes first before the quantity of the work that you do. But if you are using an exercise that you're used to and you're getting good at it, and you know that you can hold your body in the right position, then you can work a little bit faster. But the most important bit is that once you've done a set of 10 press-ups, you very quickly move on to the next exercise without leaving big long gaps, having a chat, drinking some water, that kind of thing, before you move on to the next one. So there you go. There's a few tips on why we do strength training. It doesn't burn as many calories in the hour or the 20 minutes that you do it, excuse me, but as cardio does, minute for minute. But that doesn't matter, because in the longer term, we need those muscles, we need that strength, and we need to make sure that we keep doing the strength training, because when we're not working out, it really works for us and keeps our bodies strong, healthy, and being good fat burners, which is what we're all after.